very happy Christmas to everyone who is able to watch and share in this short video. Christmas is, above everything else, a time of worship. We sing that great carol, "Come and worship Christ, the newborn King." And in the little scene we have here of the journey of the Magi, it said that they bowed down and they worshipped him. Worship, though, is not something that comes easily and lightly. It is actually something that's very costly. King David said, "I will not offer burnt offerings to the Lord my God that cost me nothing." And Paul, the apostle, writing to the Romans, he understood that as well, for he said, "Offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God, for this is your true worship." So when we worship the Christ child this Christmas, it's something that costs us everything. St. Alban was a first Christian martyr in this country. We read about him in the Venerable Bede, who writes in the 8th century. He tells us about this man who was a pagan and met a Christian priest. And through the witness and life and love of this priest, he came to Christian faith and became a follower of Jesus. And when he discovered that the priest was under threat of persecution and arrest, he persuaded the priest to swap clothes with him, this humble servant, Christian servant, and said, "Let me take your place." And so it was that it was Alban who was arrested by the Roman authorities, called before the magistrate to give account of himself. And this is what the Venerable Bede writes, that Alban said to the magistrates that day: "I am a Christian, and I stand ready to do my Christian duty. My name is Alban, and I shall always adore and worship the true living God." What true worship meant for Alban was the martyrdom, the giving of his life, the ultimate sacrifice. Now, it may be that none of us are ever called to pay that ultimate price for our Christian faith, although it's a very real, everyday reality for so many of our Christian brothers and sisters around the world. But even as we approach a new year, nonetheless, our worship of Jesus is something that costs us and demands of us that we give ourselves wholeheartedly to love God with all our heart, mind, soul, and body, and our neighbours as ourselves. I want to suggest to you that as we worship through this Christmas period, that we take the example of Jesus Christ himself, who shows us the way. His humble birth, life and death is itself the costly and sacrificial loss of heaven for our salvation, that we, through our embracing of Jesus Christ, may be drawn into his heaven. I pray that for each of us, we will learn and discover what it means to follow Jesus, and through his love, through his generosity, his forgiveness, find what it means through our giving up of ourselves to find what life in all its fullness truly is. It's been a painful, tough year, this year of pandemic, and we look forward hopefully to all the good new things that are come in the new year. And may that not be an unwillingness to give ourselves wholeheartedly to Jesus wherever he leads us and whatever he calls us to do. God bless you, and may you enjoy the rest of this Christmas season and have much joy and happiness and fulfillment in the year to come. Amen.